If you live in Polk County and you're looking for the best cup of coffee in the world, you don't have to go far. Right here to Haven Coffee in Winter Haven. So, John, congratulations on the world's best roast.
Yeah.
Tell us the backstory on Australia and the Golden Bean.
Well, awesome. Yeah. So Golden Bean is the organization. It's the world's largest coffee roasting competition.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that whereas a lot of other competitions only focus on 6 or 7 people, this actually allows multiple coffee roasters to come to one place. So there's one in North America and there's one in Australia. And so the top winners of this competition, anybody that gets a gold or a silver medal, which we've gotten about 4 silver medals and 1 gold medal.
Yep.
And when you win those, it's kind of an entry ticket to the World Series.
So a qualifying round.
Yes. Yep.
And then the best of the best go head to head.
Absolutely. And it switches off. So last year the World Series was in Hawaii. So America,
Yep.
in terms, was in America. And then this year is actually over in Australia. And so since we'd won, they only invite a certain amount because there's only so many spots in that sense. The other side of that competition is the qualifying rounds. You can enter 6 coffees per category. So you you can submit your best 6 into the 3 categories that matter. The World Series, you get 1 coffee per category. So there's only 3 categories. So it's your 3 best coffees. And so one of the things that me and Ryan do is we actually go in and we test them. So the 3 categories are espresso, milk base, which is espresso with milk, and then a pour over. Mm-hmm. And so the idea is we need to figure out what's going to be the best coffee for each one of those categories, because something that may work for espresso will work for a pour over, and some work well with milk, but some don't. And so it involves me and Ryan tasting a lot of coffee.
And they weren't unfamiliar with your product. You have been close more than once.
North America, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we won a gold medal in milk-based category. And it was a happy accident because we just submitted coffee, just kind of seeing how we do. And we won a gold medal. And I was like, oh, wow, this is great. This past year, we won most of our silvers. And so most of our silvers, because we came out ready to win North America. And I think they said I came in runner-up in North America. And so I was kind of bummed because it's great to be second over, 2,000 people, but the reality is I wanted to win it, So that's why me and Ryan, when the World Series came up, we knew we were going to enter. We were like, we want to leave a statement, because I remember we got really, with Hawaii, the other World Series, we submitted what won, and it wasn't what made sense to what would need to be submitted. And so this year we said we're going in, we're going to submit the best coffee, we're going to make it good, and that's what we did.
So we're from America representing. We're in Florida, so put your finger in the middle of Florida, you probably land on our city. We did so much testing, so much coffee, so much, but it all came from North America Golden Bean and talking to all the elders of Bun Life. I mean, just saying, hey, how'd you win? What are you doing? How do we get better? And I mean, this is the most awesome coffee community, so I mean, that's all I can really say.
It's kind of surreal, actually. It all starts with a good bean. You know what I mean? It all starts with a good bean, and just don't screw it up. Seriously.
the roasting process itself. You've got this great, brilliant, large machine behind me here. Tell us about it.
Okay, so our machine is about 50 years old, so it doesn't really have any bells or whistles, which kind of goes to show that you don't have to have something really extravagant to make amazing coffee. And I kind of like that charm about our roaster. It's been revived a couple of times, resurrected, so to speak. Its name is Lazarus.
Okay.
It's been updated with computer software so we can have more consistent results in the roaster and log information.
Is that a key to a good roast? So, or a key to a product rather? So you have that consistency between it. So when people get a bag from you guys, that they know it's going to be pretty much the same from bag to bag to bag.
Sure. Yeah, that's absolutely important. Yeah, and especially, we're doing largely light roasted coffee, and it's a lot more difficult to be consistent with light roasted coffee. Once you go so dark in the roaster, pretty much all coffee tastes the same.
Okay.
So when you're doing light roasted coffee, it really is so important to have consistency. And so the technology does help us to we create those profiles, and it helps us to stay on track with those profiles and have a consistent product for our customers, because that is important.
So you've traveled the world via coffee and seen how the coffee culture is around the world.
Yeah.
Does the U.S. have a ways to catch up?
Keep going.
In a lot of ways, I think the U.S. is kind of leading the way in a lot of ways. You go to places like Australia, and what a lot of the guys are saying over there is it took Australia a long time to come around to filtered coffee. Americans pretty much invented filtered coffee, or at least made it popular. You go other places in the world like Ethiopia or Yemen, or they're doing coffee way different than we are here. They're not really doing coffee with paper filters, and there's a really unique flavor profile in filtered coffee. As far as espresso goes, I think places like Australia, a lot of places in Europe, they've kind of got the market on the espresso game. But I think we're all doing really amazing things.
Tell us about what the Golden Bean meant to you.
Yeah, so it's the Golden Bean is it's the world's largest coffee roasting competition. So even just to be a part of it and to get feedback from coffee roasters all over the world is amazing enough. For people all over the world, especially, there are people competing that have been doing it for decades. And to get feedback from people like that who've done well, who've been successful, that alone is worth its weight in gold, making connections with people like that. And to come out on top is really just kind of icing on the cake. It's you really, I think for me, what really made it meaningful to me is we're in Winter Haven. We're the only coffee roastery in Polk County outside of Lakeland. And to be able to bring something like that home to our community, to the people who come here every day, and, they tell us all the time, you guys have the best coffee. And to bring home, a trophy and medals and, media and all that kind of stuff, it just gives people more of a sense of pride and place and product. And we have the best customers here. And it was just nice to be able to bring something home for them. And because that's what it's all about, we want to put a great product out there, but without the customers, it's just a product, that people may buy or may not, but, we have such amazing customers who take pride in this place,
Your timing was perfect. So coffee becomes sort of the third or the fourth rail on fast food.
Yeah.
And but you can find the fast food level of coffee everywhere. Yeah. Finding the quality level of coffee is another thing. And then sort of the culture in Polk evolves at the same time.
Absolutely.
Where all this coffee culture hits. So tell us about how the Polk community has helped you along your journey.
So the Polk coffee community is great, and we had some coffee shops around here where before I before I came, I was not the first coffee shop. We are the first roastery in Winter Haven. I was not the first coffee shop. There's several like N+1 and Richards and stuff. And I actually sat down with them. I said, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. And my mindset was to go in and to create a higher level of coffee because I knew what it was like to have higher level of cafe based on all the ones I visited. And I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And also I told my team, one of the biggest things about coffee culture outside of Florida is it's not personal. It's not friendly. But we're going to be friendly. And so I told people, I told my team, you need to, ask for a caramel macchiato in the mirror 500 times because you're going to get that from all the Starbucks people. They're going to ask for a caramel macchiato, and you need to explain to them that what a real macchiato is. It's just it's espresso, it's milk. It's not what you're going to expect. What you do want is a latte, and explain that to them in a friendly way. Because you can explain it to them, but if you don't do it in a friendly way, it just goes out the window. So that's a big piece of what we really wanted to do is just set a higher level. And then on top of that, we wanted to bring really good coffees to them. And so on one end, you have to respect that coffee it's not as advanced as it is over, out in other states. So you have to respect the people that just want a good cup of coffee, a good drip cup of coffee like you do. And the culture we can help advance it and you can help educate it, but you can't push it on people. Yeah. So so we have some crazy funky coffees. We have one that tastes like grape soda. We have one that tastes like peach. The Raijo blend, that one golden bean, it tastes like fruity pebbles. Okay. So it's like really red fruit, cereal flavors, and it's an amazing coffee. But would I drink that every morning? Not at all. Haven Blend's my go-to because it's just an easy cup of coffee. And so, but I also want the coffee nerds to come in here and say, you had a funky coffee? Absolutely. And also I want the people who don't realize that you can have a coffee that tastes like grape soda with no added flavoring. I don't add any flavoring.
Yeah, you were the one who educated me to that. Yeah. I had no idea that you could make a funky coffee without a ton of sugar.
Yeah. I mean, we do syrups, we do special syrups, and we do that on the latte side. But on the coffee side, all of our coffees have natural flavors with them, and so like our Brazil has a peanut butter taste to it, and we have the grape soda and the peach one. Those are just what happens is they're fermented on the production side of the farm, and so that allows those flavors to shine. But when it comes to the person that wants to explore new coffees and understand that, we open the door and nerd out. I mean, all of our team is experienced in that. Is like one of my interview questions to my team is, what do you nerd out about? Because if you can't explain to somebody why they nerd that you nerd out, whether it's cartoons or Star Wars or Harry Potter, if you can't nerd out about something on your own, you can't accept somebody who will nerd out over coffee. Okay. And so that's a secret to our interview, is that it's a question that we always ask, and it doesn't need to be about coffee, but we want to make sure that you're ready to take somebody who wants to dive down this rabbit hole of specialty coffee and enjoy it with them.
Great downtown.
Yep.
Easy walkability.
Yep.
Plenty of parking.
Absolutely. Hours 7 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
And you're thinking of expansion.
There are things in the works. Don't want to say them yet, but you guys will definitely be one of the first to know. But good coffee is hard to find right now, and I want to help with that. And so I want to help Central Florida coffee be better. And so we definitely have a lot of things working. Hopefully in the next 2-3 months, we should make big announcements about the different locations and different places to help with that for sure.
Fantastic.